Okay. Hi, Gab. Tonight
Hi.
we'll have our first lesson, and let's try. Let's try this lesson if you'll be okay with it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So since you already know how to express yourself quite well, today we are going to practice your reading, your grammar, and your vocabulary tonight. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start. This is our lesson. Okay. I have a picture for you here. What can you say about the picture?
I see a guy definitely frustrated,
Mm-mm, okay.
or he's 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 definitely mad,
Mm-mm,
and he's screaming curse words,
mm-mm,
or expressing anger or frustration.
mm-mm, okay. So someone who is saying bad words,
Yes.
right? How do you feel about people or someone saying bad words? How do you feel about that?
Um for me it's fine
Mm-mm,
because I personally I do it myself.
mm-mm,
It's a way to express what you feel.
mm-mm,
Kind of like love. If you're sweet, you're
mm-mm,
expressing you're expressing love. If you're kind of like um uh you're mad, you would
mm-mm,
say, or if you're frustrated, you would say bad words.
mm-mm, mm-mm, right?
It,
So
it's like it's kind of like a symbolic thing.
symbolic thing. Okay, this is our lesson for today. Let's start with a dialogue between Emily and Sean. Okay,
Okay.
you are Emily, I will be Sean. Okay, let's
Okay.
read this dialogue. Okay, let's
Okay.
start.
I was very disappointed at you today at school. Why did you swear at Joshua?
Well, he deserved it. He made a really stupid mistake, and I was very angry at him.
But you hurt his feelings, and you may have left a permanent scar in his brain.
What are you talking about? You mean I hurt his brain by swearing at him?
Yes, I read an article about the seriousness of verbal abuse. According to researchers at Harvard University, people who were verbally abused in their childhood had many problems in their brains.
Oh, is that true? Then can verbal abuse also destroy a person's life, like physical violence?
Of course, sometimes verbal abuse can be worse than physical violence. Since children are vulnerable to violence, using bad words can cause permanent problems in their brains. This is why verbal abuse is a serious crime that can change a person's life forever.
Oops, I didn't know that. Come to think of it, Joshua must have been hurt by my wrong choice of words. I will call him now and say sorry.
Good for you. From now on, let's try to use beautiful language.
Okay. All right. There's one word I want you to say again. This word. What is this word?
Vulnerable.
No, vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, it's vulnerable, not vulnerable, vulnerable.
Okay.
Okay, say it again.
Vulnerable.
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 Okay. All right. Okay, let's talk about the words. I have underlined words here. These are our vocabularies for today, for tonight.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do you mean by swear? To swear in this sentence, what does it mean?
In this context, to swear is to say a bad word.
Yeah, to swear. So swearing is another word of bad words, right?
Yes.
To curse. So
Yes, to curse.
can you give me give me examples of when people curse or swear?
Um, for example, you hit your toe at the edge of the table. If it
Okay.
hurts, you would definitely swear.
Okay. What else?
Um, if you realize you did something dumb
Mm-hmm.
and that you could have done a better decision.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Okay. You did something
Uh,
dumb and you
yes.
think, oh, okay, this is
Yes.
not the right thing. Okay. What else?
Uh, when you're driving, when
Mm-hmm.
someone cuts you off in your lane, you
Uh-huh.
definitely swear.
Okay. And of course, when you're definitely angry, right?
Yes, of course, when you're definitely
Okay.
angry.
Right. Okay. Next word, deserved. What does it mean?
Deserve.
Deserved.
In this context, deserved means something that um to describe deserved,
Mhm.
um something you get.
Something you get.
Yes, something you get.
So if you say, I deserve this, so I get it, it's something that I get. No, not really, right? What
Not
is it
really.
exactly? What is it exactly? So if something happens to you, whether good or bad, and I will say, you deserve that, then what does it mean?
Huh.
Mhm. Okay,
Okay.
I'll give you a good example.
Okay.
You
Okay.
did something good, and then something good happened to you. So I will say, "Oh, you deserve that." So what does it mean?
Um. Hmm. The fruit of your labor.
Fruit of your labor. Okay,
Yeah.
the word is you were worth it.
Ah.
Right,
Okay.
that's the word. So
Okay. Okay.
deserved, you deserve something.
It was
You
worth
worth
it.
it. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
right
Understand.
for you. It's just right for you. So
Yeah.
whether,
Okay. That's
yeah,
the right word. Yeah.
right, it's the right
Mhm.
thing that can
Yeah.
happen. Other people might say that it's karma,
Mhm.
right? Do you believe in karma?
No.
No.
not
Okay.
not really.
Whether you do good things, then good things will happen to you. If you do bad things will happen to you.
Uh, maybe in that sense, yes.
Okay.
It's still better to do good
Of
things
course,
either
of
way.
course. But we're just you were just human, right? There
Yes.
are things that sometimes we can do stupid things,
Yes. Of
right?
course.
Right. At this time, it's now 8 p.m. What do you think you deserve the most at this time?
Sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep. A
Okay.
lot of sleep.
A lot of sleep. Okay. Why? Why a lot of sleep?
Uh, I've been up since yesterday
Mm-hmm.
because uh my class today started at
Mm-hmm.
7 a.m. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to be ready by at least 5 because my school is an hour away from my
Mm-hmm.
home.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, the days was very busy.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of activities, and I had a quiz in one subject in my
Mm-hmm.
science technology subject.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
So what
although
time?
this
Uh-huh.
despite not having a lot of sleep right now, actually have it that it's been 24 hours since my last
Mm-hmm.
sleep. Despite that, so far everything was great.
Mm-hmm.
My scores were high,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Very good.
without a lot of reviewing.
Very good. Very good. So why didn't you sleep last night?
I really just prepared for the day. It was really busy. We
Ah.
also had script making in our purposive communication, and I
Ah.
was assigned to make the script because uh I'm the one, I'm the one in my group who's really good at English.
Mm-mm. Okay. Ah, okay. But you should learn how to schedule everything
Yeah.
because it's not okay not to sleep,
Yes. I
right?
know.
Because at the end, you will be the one to suffer.
Yes.
Mhm. Right? Okay, let's move on. Let's go to our next word. Permanent. What is permanent?
Something that can never
You
change.
never change. What's another word for permanent? If you say something is permanent, what is it? Starts with the letter
Uh
F.
F. F.
Yeah.
F. Permanent. Fixed.
Fixed? No.
My gosh, I don't know. F. Forever.
Yes, forever.
Yeah.
Right? If you say
Forever.
permanent, then it's forever.
Yes.
Okay, give me an
Can never
example.
change.
It can never
Yes.
change, right? So, can you give me an example of something permanent for you?
Something permanent for me. I don't know if it's a good example, but
Mhm.
personally, I think this is permanent.
Mhm.
Um, in my life, how I handle my life is I I make sure I am permanently goal driven.
Right? So you
So
think that will be you forever?
I I hope so.
I hope so, right? Yeah, can be. I think that will be.
Mhm.
But maybe it will change a bit
Yes.
while you're growing up
Mm.
and you're getting older, right? But I think the dream of reaching every goal that you want, I think it will be there with you, within you, all the time. What else is
It's definitely permanent. Yeah.
yeah, right? What else is permanent? One more. What else is
What
permanent in your
else is
life?
permanent? Um, the love for my family,
Right, right, right.
of course.
Okay. Right. Okay, let's go to
This
the next. Verbal. What is verbal?
verbal speaking.
Okay, something that you say,
Yes.
right? Abuse. What is an abuse?
Um, something you take advantage of.
Okay. How can you say that it's already an abuse?
If it's sounds cheesy, but if it's too much,
Yes, if it's too much or
yes,
if it's done again and again.
Yes.
So if
If
you
it's
say,
repetitive.
yes, right. So if it's done again and again, so it's already called abuse. So what is
Yes.
verbal abuse?
In this context, verbal abuse, since Joshua sweared at,
Mm-hmm.
I, Sean sweared at Joshua, verbal abuse means that uh, he definitely swore a lot or hurt Joshua's feelings multiple times. Like
Mm-hmm.
he didn't just say it like once. That,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, example, Joshua, you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he did it multiple times, and it was consistent.
Okay, so it's considered verbal abuse because it's
Yes,
again and again and again,
yes,
right? You repeat it. Okay, verbal
yes.
abuse. Okay. Researchers. What are researchers?
Researchers are the one who um strive to find new knowledge, new studies, new
Mm-hmm.
lessons.
Mm-hmm, right. Usually, how do researchers do it? How do they do their research?
Um, by going through literature, resources like websites,
Mm-hmm.
books,
Mm-hmm.
and surveys.
This modern age, it's very easy to do a research because of the internet, right?
Yes,
Right.
definitely
Yeah,
easier.
easier. But do you still, for you, do you do research? Do you sometimes
Um,
do research in school?
in school, lessons wise, yes, but
Mm-mm.
paper wise, no, not anymore.
Mm-mm. So that means,
Because
what do you mean by that?
my everyday research is or are my lessons at school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watch YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I find my lessons if ever I want to clarify them.
Mm-hmm.
And paper research, or the research paper, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
research papers are the ones that we used to develop. Like for example, in this my senior high school strand was STEM,
Mm-hmm.
and we were tasked to create a product that was well, that was natural, that would help the environment, green
Mm-hmm.
engineering actually.
Mm-hmm.
So what we developed was a shoe polish that was made from hair,
Mm-hmm.
from discarded
Wow.
hair from
Mm-hmm.
barbershops.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, ay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's research paper. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
So where did you get that research paper?
uh sources online. So
Mm-hmm.
we
So it's still
find,
online. It's still
yes, it's still
online.
online.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Either locally or foreign literature, it's
Mm-hmm.
all online.
It's all, so everything is online now.
Yes.
You don't go to the library anymore and
Yes.
to
No.
do research. Okay.
No.
That's a difference. It's a very, very big difference
Mhm.
between you and me. When I was young, I would do always go to the library. No internet that time.
Yes.
So can you say that now in this modern age, in 2025, for example, do you think it's
Yes.
easier for the job of a researcher is easier?
Yes, but at the same time, not really,
Mm,
because since the internet is very diverse
mm,
in terms of literature,
mm,
and you have to be media literate
mm,
enough to
mm,
know whether what you're reading is biased, or whatever you're
mm,
reading is real, is actually prove it's actually accurate, and you can prove it. Something like that.
right.
Unlike, for example, if you published a book,
Mm,
um although don't quote me on this, but I feel like if you publish a book, I feel like it is a more accurate way to get information.
mhm, mhm,
The downside is you can't really update the book. Unlike a website, you could always update. You can always
mhm,
change some things in the website.
mhm. Well, if you update a book, then you make another book,
Yes, you definitely
right?
make
That's
another
what
book.
they do. They do journals, and they would update it regularly
Hmm.
and make another book. That's just how it is, right? But in real life, in reality, because you're a student, this is what I learned from my other students too, who are professors in the university and who already made a lot of books. They told me that actually researchers really still look at journals and books published. They don't just rely on the internet about those information. So, for if you are a real researcher, those people, they really go to libraries, big
Hmm.
libraries, to do their research. So maybe it really, that's what you're saying, that people, it's very dangerous now to look at the internet and just believe in everything that you read,
Yes, yes.
right? Yeah. So I think that is the way, their way of making sure that they are reading the right thing,
Yes.
right? Okay, next. Physical. What is physical?
Something that you can touch.
Something that you can touch. Violence. What is violence?
Violence is a mix of bad of bad emotions where
Mm,
you would you would cause chaos
mm,
to someone or to a community.
okay, so something that will harm others,
Yes,
right?
something that would harm others.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Okay, so if you say physical violence, what is it?
Physical violence meaning since physical you can touch and
Mm-mm,
violence meaning you can harm.
mm-mm,
Uh, it's like putting your hands on someone where you punch them or you slap
mm-mm,
them, something like that.
mm-mm,
That's
mm-mm.
physical
Right.
violence.
So using your body to hurt someone,
Yes.
right? Why do you think people resort to physical violence?
I feel like they just can't control their feelings. They
Mm-hmm,
can't control themselves.
mm-mm, mm-hmm,
They can't control themselves, so they like unintention I assume unintentionally
mm-mm,
like start hitting things or destroying things.
mm-hmm, mm-mm,
And physical violence, I think, can also be applicable to other things. Like for example, when you're mad, you would start like for example, the flipping a table, something
mm-mm.
like that. So I
Yeah,
feel like that's kind of like physical violence because you don't really have to do that when you're mad.
right.
You could have just calmed down.
Do you think it's just human nature to do it?
Yes, it's our fight or flight
Yeah,
instinct.
right. Well, everybody, we would always say that we are all animals, right? We
Mhm.
all came from animals, and animals
Yes,
would always, in the wild, animals would just fight for
yes,
whatever they want, right? And that's
yes,
how it is in the wild. But here, as a human being, we're not really wild animals
yeah,
anymore. We are
yes,
taught to regulate ourselves and to
yes,
control our emotions, right? But
yes,
then it's just within us that sometimes you just burst and just do things that will
yes,
really harm maybe a thing or maybe harm someone,
yes.
right? Okay. All right, let's go to the last word. Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. So the meaning of vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
is is something you are prone to. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, you are vulnerable to violence
Mm-hmm.
because let's say you're weak, you're
Mm-hmm.
weakened, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you are, it's your weakness,
Yes, kind
right?
of like yes, yes.
Yeah, so you're vulnerable to something, that means you are weak at something.
Mhm.
Do you believe that everybody has his or her own vulnerability?
Yes, of course, everyone has.
Mm-hmm, right. So, what are you vulnerable at?
Um, I'll definitely say I'm vulnerable vulnerable at uh opening up my my true thoughts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Why?
So like for example, if I feel down, if I feel sad,
Mm-hmm,
I usually just keep it to myself
mm-hmm,
because I don't really like to share it to others because
mm-hmm,
I think they would judge me or
mm-hmm,
they would disagree with why I'm sad. So I just rather keep it to myself and try to calm myself down rather than talk to it talk talk to someone about it. Although yes, I understand that it's a toxic trait,
mm-hmm,
but so far I've been doing okay. I've been
mm-hmm,
controlling. This is really where I started to learn how to control myself, my feelings.
mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
in a sense, it's kind of like self taught, but then again, you can't deny that it's still a toxic thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not toxic if that's what you feel. It's toxic if it affects other people, right? But if it's just you, then that's how you do it for yourself, and how you preserve yourself and care for yourself. I think it's okay. But then if it affects other people, if already affects other people, then it can be maybe considered toxic,
Okay.
right? Because you are dealing with
Okay.
people. It's a natural thing for us to deal with
Mhm.
people. That means you have to blend with people, but it doesn't mean that you have to adjust 100% to each and everyone that you meet, right?
Mhm.
So you think if you share your feelings, you share whatever is inside there, you think you are vulnerable? Is that why you bottle it up?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's something that you will learn growing up,
Yes.
and learn how to not to be too tight on those things,
Yeah.
right? Okay. All right. Now let's talk about this. What do you think? Do you agree with Emily when she said that if you swear at someone, then you leave a permanent scar in his or her brain?
Yes, I believe that
Hmm. Why?
100%.
Why do you say that?
It's something uh traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
Although I assume in this context that Joshua is probably an adult. But
Mm-hmm.
if, for example, Joshua was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then this Sean guy started swearing at him all the time, it will definitely leave a scar in his brain.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe giving him anxiety or giving him the thought that he is not good enough, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
like he never did anything good, so
Mm-hmm.
it will definitely leave a scar, even though you didn't physically hurt them, like it said here in the text. You really hurt them mentally, which is still as bad as physical violence.
Okay, but it's just other people will say, "Well, these are just words."
It really depends on the person who's gonna take it. For me, if someone was gonna swear to me, it's fine. I
Mm-mm.
don't. It doesn't matter to me.
Mm-mm.
I can hold it. I don't get hurt.
Mm-mm.
I'll definitely swear at them back.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So it depends on the person. So what if, like, for example, someone else, like you jokingly swear at them,
Mm-mm.
like as a friendly swear, like
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
just
Yes.
because,
Mm-mm.
and
Mm-mm.
they didn't take it too lightly.
Mm-mm.
They felt hurt. They felt like something they did something wrong.
Mm-mm.
So it really depends on the person who how they handle what happens.
Mm-mm. So it just means that we just have to be careful
Yes,
every
you have to be
time,
careful.
right? Every time, because
Yes.
not everyone is like you, or not
Yes.
everyone is like me, right? Or not
Definitely.
everyone is as maybe sensitive like other people.
Yes.
So I think in general, people should just be careful in what on whatever
Mhm.
comes out of our mouth, right?
Yes.
But do you think it can also verbal abuse
Yes.
can also destroy a person's life?
Yes.
How?
The cases of bullying, where just even cyberbullying,
Mm, mm,
where people would get hate comments or
mm,
hate messages,
mm,
death threats,
mm,
that would definitely give someone a mental scar and could probably lead to severe illnesses like
mm,
depression or
mm,
severe anxiety.
mm,
So yes,
mm,
it will
mm.
definitely affect someone.
And there are a lot of examples. There are a lot of cases
Yes.
like that that led to not only anxiety, not only depression, but well, the worst is, of course, to commit the
Yes,
worst thing
yes.
that can happen, suicide,
Yes,
right?
definitely. Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm. Right. So I think now in this age of computers, of the internet, of social media, what can you
Yes.
think can be done by young people like you so that people will be much kinder, maybe much gentler to other people?
For me, it really comes down to control. Like
Mm,
what you said, and I agree
mm,
that we should really be careful to who we talk to, because
mm,
not everyone can handle the words we give them.
mm, mm,
It may
mm,
they could probably handle a lot of swears,
mm,
or
mm,
they can even handle just one. So
mm, mm,
it's really self control for me,
mm, mm,
and the 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 mindset to be nice to each other, to be
mm,
nice, to give like a good impression at first, like
mm,
assume that you like this person, so that
mm.
you don't say anything bad. Just assume that you like the person. Like
Okay.
for example, if you there's something that you're scared to do,
Mhm,
it's something new to you. My technique there is I just assume that I want to do this, and I'll just let it be. And then I wouldn't realize that, oh, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, when in the first place I was scared.
mhm,
So in that sense, in the same sense with the people,
mhm,
uh just assume that you like this person, and maybe you'd
You
probably have
will.
a better connection. Yes.
Yes. And maybe at the end you will like him or her,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There's a line that we say that we always say, fake it till you make it.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes it works,
So,
right? Sometimes it
yes.
works. But you're right. I agree with you when you say that maybe it's just how we condition our minds,
Yes.
right? We just have to condition our minds that whenever we talk to people or we have a connection with other people, I think it's the best thing that we should tell ourselves is be kind, whatever it is, right?
Yes.
Whoever it is that you're talking
Mm.
to, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but nowadays, people are so free to say whatever they want to say.
Yes.
We
Yes.
are so empowered by social media,
Mhm.
right? We are so empowered by the technology. We are so empowered by a lot of things. And the downside is, oh, we hurt each other because of that.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So I think this is the best advice that you what you said is the best advice for young people like you, right? That we don't know what will happen next in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years when it comes to technology, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But we are still people. We're not robots yet. And people now, I noticed that more people are more sensitive now,
Yes. Yes.
right?
That's
Because
true.
why do you think, why are people more sensitive now?
I think they are more sensitive now because ah,
Why? I have the quotes, okay? I have the quotes for sensitive. That means it's like people would always call out, hey, don't do that to me. Unlike
mhm,
before, that people will just, keep it in and will
mhm.
not mind you talking to me that way because
May,
just how our
mm,
generation was. Mm.
maybe like as technology grew, everyone had, especially in social media, everyone really had the power to have the freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
So if they see something wrong or they see something they didn't like, they will definitely call it out rather than
Mm-mm.
just keeping it in. Because
Mm-mm.
maybe they feel safer
Yeah,
posting
maybe.
it online than saying it in
Mm-hmm.
person.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Right.
So if for example you said something that most people would disagree, and you said it in person with everyone,
Mm.
you are most likely going to get bad looks,
Yes.
or maybe get hurt.
Yes.
You may never know.
Yes. 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 That's my observation because I
Mhm,
came from a different generation from you,
mhm,
right? In my generation, everybody would just be maybe more silent about things,
mhm,
maybe not really voicing out and not calling out people about things. But
mhm,
now you have the avenue like the social media, like the internet, all those things. And everybody has the right to do these things, to say
yes,
it out loud,
yes,
right? And
yes,
also, I noticed that since people are already are aware of the mental issues that we have, right? We already have a lot of information about it. Then people are aware that it's not okay to be rude to people because it can affect them,
yes. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
right? In my time, we don't care because we didn't know about that yet.
Mm.
But now,
Unless
since
unless
we're
you
aware,
unless someone
yeah,
informed you, yeah.
yes, unless someone informed, hey, you hurt me,
Mm.
right? But now people are, hey, be careful because he might have anxiety, he might have
Yeah.
depression because of your words,
Yes.
like that. So maybe
Mhm,
all of because
yeah.
we are aware of these things now, right? So I guess we all need to be careful, especially when we say curse words, when we swear at people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe just among friends is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely among friends, among close friends that would take a swear or two.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. How do you find our first lesson? Is this okay?
Yeah, it was great. It
It's
was great. I
great.
learned a lot.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So we will have the same kind of lesson next time. Okay.
Uh huh.
Just corrections for you. Okay. I heard you say the A. If you read a sentence, the A it shouldn't be A, it's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's up a permanent
a
scar. Okay.
permanent scar.
Yes, yes.
Or you said earlier that a physical violence something, but you say a, right? It should be a. Okay,
Okay.
it's better to say that.
Okay.
And next time I will tell you about all your fillers. You have a lot
Yes.
of fillers. It's
Yes.
okay.
I noticed. I noticed.
Yeah, you noticed. And I
Yes.
also hear you say, like for example, that is Philippinism.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like na example pa.
Uh,
Right? It's something that Filipinos will say. So, for example,
it's
or
okay.
just
Okay.
say like.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
you don't say like for example. So you say
Yeah.
for example. So you
Yes.
just have to just have to remind yourself and then get used to it. So you will remove the like from that example word.
Okay. Just say for example,
For
or just say
example,
like
yeah.
letter those
For
two.
example, yes. So
Okay.
either words, just one, like
Okay.
or example.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So you sleep now and rest. I'll
Yeah.
message you for our next lesson.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
Okay. Good night. See you. Bye
Good
bye.
night. Bye bye. Bye bye.